வணக்கம் இன்னைக்கு வந்து தொடங்கி ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமா இருக்கு. ஏன்னா உங்களுக்கு உலகத்தை அறிந்தவர், தமிழ்நாட்டை அறிந்தவர், தமிழர்களை அறிந்தவர், இன்றைக்கு பொருளாதார வளர்ச்சி எப்படி இருக்கிறது என்பதை பற்றி நடைபெறுகிற இந்த மாநாட்டை தொடங்கி வைப்பது, அதுவும் இந்த நோயற்ற காலத்தில், உலகமே நோயிற்றிருக்கிறது, நோயற்ற காலத்திலும் ஆறறிவு படித்த மனிதன் நிச்சயமாக அந்த நோயிலும் வெல்வான் என்பதை காட்டுவதுதான் கான்ஃபரன்ஸ் எல்லாமே. அந்த வகையில் தாங்கள் இன்றைக்கு வந்திருப்பதை எங்களுக்கு மகிழ்ச்சி அளிக்கிறது. உங்களை அனைவரின் சார்பில் வரவேற்று இந்த மாநாட்டை தொடக்கி வைத்து உரையாற்றுமாறு தங்களை வேண்டி கேட்டுக் கொள்கிறோம். நன்றி.
மரியாதைக்குரிய சம்பத் அவர்களே, என்னை இந்த மாநாட்டிற்கு அழைத்ததற்கு என்னுடைய நன்றியை முதலில் நான் உங்களுக்கு தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். 7th World Tamils Economic Conference is being conducted, the Global Economic Summit 2020, in a virtual conference, and the former High Commissioner of India to Guyana, the Ambassador of Caribbean Community, His Excellency Mr. B. Mahalingam, who gave his presidential address. I heard him very carefully. I heard whatever he was referring to about the global situation, the kind of the COVID-19 pandemic, how it is affecting the economy of the world, especially in India, and under these circumstances, how we have to come out of it. He has been explaining in detail. And Honorable Dr. Moses Veerasamy Nagamuthu, former Prime Minister of Guyana, Honorable Dr. Paramasivam Pillai, Vaipur, former Acting President of Mauritius, Dr. G. Viswanathan, my very good friend, Honorable Founder and Chancellor, VIT University, Honorable Member of Parliament, T.K.S. Ilangovan, and the host of dignitaries who are going to participate in various topics in the conference. In fact, continuously Dr. Sampath has been organizing the World Economic Conference every year. Come what may, he has been committed to conduct the economic conference covering most of the countries of the world for the purpose of attracting investors into our country, and also our investors to go to those countries and invest there. Even during this COVID-19 pandemic situation, it did not deter him to organize this virtual conference. Therefore, my hearty congratulations for him with the firm commitment he has organized this conference. In fact, in the year 2019, this 7th World Tamil Economic Conference was held in Puducherry. My very good friend Dr. Viswanathan participated in that, and also the Honorable Dr. Moses Veerasamy attended, Dr. Paramasivam Pillai attended, our Honorable Member of Parliament Ilangovan also attended. Some of the leaders of the world participated in the conference. It was a very good conference. Because of that, in Puducherry state, we are getting lot of investment for industrial development in spite of the COVID situation prevailing in our state. In fact, in Karaikal, the super speciality hospital with wellness center is coming with an investment of about 2,000 crores. It is going to be a big investment for Puducherry state, and small and medium industries to the tune of more than 300 have come in the year 2019 after our conference. Therefore, 19 and 20 after our conference. Therefore, this conference will definitely attract more investment from other countries to India, and also especially to Puducherry state. Puducherry is a tourism state. Apart from that, pharmaceutical industries are there. Small and medium industries have been established in Puducherry. And the finest point of our state is that it is a very peaceful state. Labor issues are not there. And the investors can come and invest boldly for the purpose of setting up of industries. We have created a single window system. Therefore, Puducherry is one of the favorite destinations for investors who are coming from within our country and outside. Lot of investors, lot of industries are being run by people who are in Tamil Nadu and also in Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka. And the local people are also involved in the manufacturing engineering goods and pharmaceuticals. Pharmaceutical formulations are being manufactured in Puducherry. Raw material comes here, and including some of the important, the life-saving drugs are manufactured in Puducherry and exported to United States and UK. That being the situation, I wholeheartedly welcome all the people who are living abroad to come forward and invest in Puducherry. But today, the world is reeling under the economic crisis. India is also not spared because of the COVID-19 situation. I find for the last 10 months in our state, we struggled very hard to sustain the economy. Because in a small state like Puducherry, our main source of income is commercial tax, excise, and transport tax and tourism. All the sectors have been affected. But in spite of it, by our continuous effort, the collective efforts of our honorable ministers and MLAs and bureaucrats, we were able to overcome the economic crisis in our state. In fact, Puducherry is one of the states where we did not stop the welfare schemes for the people, the salary for the government employees, though there was a lockdown, because we determined to help the people of the state. And the economic situation, which was when we found from the other adjoining states, they were not able to pay even salary to the employees. That is not the situation in Puducherry. Moreover, the controlling COVID, we were all in the field. We became COVID warriors with the help of doctors, nurses, the paramedical staffs and other departments. We did a planned work to contain COVID in our state. Today, according to the report, 98% of the people have recovered. Puducherry is the highest in recovery. All India average is 95%, but in Puducherry, 98% of the people who have been affected by COVID, they recovered and they are very safe. Number one. Number two, the death rate is only 1.6%. All India average is 2%. The positivity rate in Puducherry is less than 1%. It is a all India lowest figure in the country. Therefore, the Puducherry is one state where for the COVID, any person who has been affected by COVID, right from testing till his recovery, everything is taken care of by the state government. Apart from that, now we started the preparation for the storing the vaccine. We keep our in the medical department, the health department fully prepared. When the vaccine comes, our COVID warriors will be given the priority and they will be taken care of. That is our Puducherry situation. And we have got land in Puducherry. Electricity is in abundance. Permission can be given in no time. And moreover, Puducherry is one state where the movement of raw materials and also the manpower, we have got a skilled manpower. We have more than 18 engineering colleges and the technical colleges, universities, the medical institutions, plethora of education institutions we have. Puducherry is one of the education hub, health hub and tourism hub. Therefore, this is a favored destination for all the people who are coming from all over India and also abroad. Nearly 20% of the tourists are coming from abroad, European countries, and 40% are from Karnataka. The remaining are from other adjoining states. And because of we have got religious tourism, heritage tourism, and we have leisure tourism. Because we have got three types of tourism, that infrastructure has been created by our state government for that purpose. Now, I've been seeing the list of the dignitaries who are going to participate in the conference. I'm very happy. The person from all walks of life are here. Definitely, this conference is going to give a very good impetus for the purpose of creating an atmosphere of investment in our country. And I wholeheartedly congratulate and thank Dr. Sampath for having organized this conference. But one thing that is worrying me is the Indian economic situation. Today, during UPA government, you know pretty well, everybody knows, our growth rate is GDP was 9%. Today, it has come to minus 7.3%. The Honorable Prime Minister, the Government of India is trying at their level best for boost the economy of the country. But what they are doing is only providing support by way of loan or scheme. That is not going to save the situation. Because now the industries, they need support. The infrastructure development should take place. The service sector should be given the impetus by the government. And there are several areas which the Government of India has to contribute. Simply telling that we will give moratorium for small industries, small scale industries and medium industries is not going to solve the problem. The Government of India should give a package for industries to revive, because the labor force have been kept idle for more than 4 months. They were not able to get the salary. Secondly, the investors are not having ready money with them. The banks are not, in spite of the fact that a lot of announcement coming from the Honorable Finance Minister, Government of India, the banks are not cooperating with them. Therefore, whatever they are telling, it is not on the ground. Therefore, the Government of India has to concentrate on improving the economy of the country. Otherwise, the whole world is looking for India today. Because right from the research work on vaccination, for industrial innovation, our Honorable Prime Minister is telling that Make in India program, it has been given a boost because India's relationship with China is deteriorating. Now this is the opportunity for Indian investors to manufacture the items which have been imported from other countries in India itself. For that, the congenial atmosphere has to be created by the Government of India for that purpose. Unless until it is being done, the investors will not be able to contribute their might for the purpose of developing the economy of the country. Therefore, with this observation, I wholeheartedly welcome on my behalf, on behalf of the people of my state, through Dr. Sampath, who has been the pioneer in organizing these conferences, to come and invest in Puducherry state, and you will get a easy access for land, for electricity, water supply, roads, and also for investment subsidy we are giving. Therefore, I wholeheartedly welcome the investors to come to Puducherry and invest in various areas like engineering goods, pharmaceutical, tourism, health sector, education sector and welfare sector. Thank you very much.